Well, Amanda, Eddie Howe has now been appointed and confirmed as the club's new head coach. How excited are you by that appointment?
We are so excited about Eddie joining and heading up the first team. He's an incredible coach. We did a very robust managerial search, and we were very proud to appoint such an incredible manager to lead Newcastle United into the next phase of its development.
You've described it as robust. Can you elaborate a little bit on the process that you've had to go through to get to this point?
Well, we and particularly PIF are a very process-driven organisation as much. And one thing we've learnt in football is that things move incredibly quickly. Sometimes when we often have our eye on the right manager, I think we'd met and spoken with Eddie some time ago, and we discussed his appointment actually back when Mike was running the club, but we have to do a full search of the marketplace and find the perfect fit. Eddie is the perfect fit, and we couldn't have imagined bringing in a better manager. He's so dynamic, and I think one of the things when we do a lot of analysis on managers on a analytics and data, and he scored so highly across all mediums. Obviously he's had an incredible impact on Bournemouth, and having someone who's grown a club from League 2 all the way to the Premier League is an incredible achievement. I think we were so impressed with the fact that he'd done that with quite limited resources. It's very easy to win trophies if you've got a lot of money or a lot of infrastructure or a lot of people, but actually when you are limited by those factors, his success really shone out. Not just his success, but Jason and his whole team. He's got a great team that's joining him, which we're also very proud to welcome in.
You mentioned the way he built Bournemouth up. I mean, when he took over, they were 92nd in the entire Football League, and he took them all the way to the Premier League. Clearly that was something that you've considered, bearing in mind that the team's current league position and where you want to get to. We had to have someone leading the club that was not frightened of relegation. And I remember Eddie and I talking about this at the weekend at the Brighton match. And he's going back into a position he's sat in before. So it's not one that we've sat in. As an investor group, we were not brave, but it would have been an easy decision for us to not buy the club just yet, wait till probably post-Christmas, post the January window, see where the club sat in the league and then make the acquisition. That would have been the safe investment bet, but we didn't do that. We decided if we didn't get it now, it wasn't going to happen. And we had to take that risk, and we felt we took a risk because we knew the club was sitting in 19th position at the time. Eddie took that risk with us, knowing that there is always a chance of relegation. Do I think we will? I think he's going to just do the most incredible job, and the team, and the first team. I mean, we've got a fabulous squad of players that I've become very fond of in a very quick time, and I know that they're going to work really well with him. It's just shy of 5 weeks now since you actually did acquire the club. How would you describe that period so far?
Well, pretty exhausting. Just every 24 hours of every day, except for a few, maybe 3-4 hours sleep. It is exhausting, exhilarating. The welcome we've had in Newcastle has just been so extraordinary and so special. I think we just don't want to let anyone down. And one of the things I want to do is be able to communicate with the fans and say, if we do make mistakes, we will quickly own up to them and put them right. So it's been a challenging 5 weeks, but a very rewarding 5 weeks.
We're here today because of an eye-catching appointment, the head coach. But I imagine there's been plenty behind the scenes, plenty that you're kind of laying down. I know very long hours are being worked. Can you give us a little insight into the type of things that you are working on to improve the club, the structure?
Well, I mean, we've been through analysing every area. Investment is needed at every area. We've spent time with the academy teams, and we've spent time with the foundation, and all of the other departments, and it's clear that there's a lot of investment needed. And we're trying to talk to the teams here, and it's a big family, and everybody's incredibly passionate about their jobs. I think one of the things I have felt is this extraordinary feeling of being in a family, and people come to you very quickly and suggest opportunities and better ways of working, more efficient ways of working. So I think that's at our first starting point. Obviously, getting Eddie in place was critical. Finding that appointment was the most important thing we could do. And then now we need to make sure that the infrastructure that surrounds the first team, whether it's new training facilities, we're looking at building a new academy, and that's something which was on the agenda as well.
Obviously, you mentioned the welcome that you've received from the supporters. I mean, just how much does that motivate you all, even when sometimes maybe you're flagging at the end of a long day? Is that something that really pushes you on to do even more?
Well, I attended the Newcastle United Foundation dinner last night, and it was so much fun, and it was just like being part of a great, incredibly close group of people. We were raising money for really important causes, and actually that puts into context what we do. When you look at the work of the foundation and you see the stories of some of the award winners last night, it really puts into context just how privileged I am to sit here in my job, and I think how tough it is for a lot of people just to feed their families, and that's one thing about Newcastle which I love, that there's so much support from the whole community. Just
finally, I mean, 5 weeks in so far. Hopefully the next time we speak, I imagine you'll be looking forward to kind of a brighter future for the club, and to have got even more of your ethos across, and to start doing even more at the club.
Yes, we've got a robust business plan, and we're developing that every week. January is amongst us, so we're preparing for the January transfer window. It's not a window that we would ordinarily want to invest in, because you probably don't get the right deals, but that's something that is important at the moment, and preparing for that. And then preparing working alongside all the teams. I think we've got a lot of meetings set up over the next few weeks with the staff, and we look forward to working with everybody. But I have to say, everyone's been just so incredibly welcoming. We're very privileged, Murdad and I, and the team, and PIF and Reuben family, to have just a fantastic supporter base and team here at the club.